So in this video, I'm going to be talking about men repressing their emotions. So let's get started. So not too long ago, I was in a conversation online, and the subject came up, should men repress their emotions? Now, of course, the gut reaction today, everybody says, no, they shouldn't. They should never repress their emotions. It's wrong for them to repress their emotions. And then I come along, being the non-politically correct guy that I am, and I said, of course there are times that men should repress their emotions. What, are you kidding? There are times women should as well. Separate video for a different time. But absolutely men should be repressing their emotions from time to time. That didn't go over very well. A lot of people pretty angry at me on that one, so I had to explain it, and I thought I would explain it here as well in a video. You know, it's true that men should be emotional, so I don't want to confuse this. There are two separate subjects here. The one is, should men be emotional? Yes, they should. I have an entire chapter on that in my book, and there's a secondary chapter related to emotions in my book as well. So there's nothing wrong with them. I don't say that men should not be allowed to cry. I don't say that men should not be allowed to have feelings, as weird as that is, right? That's part of being alive. I've got no issues with that. But there are absolutely times when, as a man, you have to repress your emotions. And of course, I was asked for some of those examples, so I'm going to give them to you here as well. So we'll say as a man that you're out walking with your wife at night. It's dark. And ladies, I want you to follow along here and see if you would agree with this one or not. So as a man, again, you're walking along with at night with your lady, and a mugger jumps out in front of you with a gun. Now, do you want to really show the exact emotion that you're feeling at that point in time? Do you want to scream? Do you want to look like you're afraid? And please, guys, not everyone watching this is Chuck Norris, all right? Be real. We know you're afraid. You're supposed to be afraid in that situation. You don't really necessarily want to show it right then. You don't want to break down sobbing on the ground. You want to do your job of protecting your wife. So you get through that situation. You make it through that situation. You come out on the other side, and then you have the opportunity to be emotional however you need to. But in the moment, you need to do your job and protect your wife in that situation. Another example, we'll say that you're driving across country with your family. I've done this trip myself many times. So you have the whole family in the vehicle. You got a big SUV or a van or whatever. You're driving across country. You're in the middle of Nebraska, and the check engine light comes on. Do you really want your wife and your kids to know what your emotions are at that particular moment in time? I don't think so. Just like when the mugger jumped out in front of you, you have a situation that you have to resolve. You have a situation that you have to work through right now, and in order to do that, you can't be emotional. You get through the situation. When you're done with the situation, just like the mugger, then you can be emotional. If you need to break down with your wife, go ahead. If you need to let her know what was going on, go ahead. In fact, you should let her know, but after the fact. She needs to know, your kids need to know that they can count on you to get through that situation, not just break down into the emotional mess that you might be. All those thoughts are going to come flooding into your mind in situations like that, and that's not the time for them. Now, yes, I realize this is not politically correct. None of my work is politically correct. What I do is specifically designed to try to help men move into more significant lives. And sometimes that means you talk about things in a non-politically correct way, and this is one of them. Most men will relate to what I'm saying here, even if they don't feel comfortable saying it out in the world, which is a problem. There are times when you get through a situation where you do your job of providing and protecting and doing what you have to do, and afterwards, then you can deal with whatever emotions you have to deal with. But that doesn't mean that men are never supposed to show emotions. It means you solve the problem now, then you can go through the emotional issues that you have later. And yes, I realize there's a line that you're walking there to see which side of that are you on. You know, if you have a dear friend die, when you're at the funeral, it's okay to cry. Go ahead and do that. You know, if you have a new baby born into your family, laugh and have tears of joy with that. That's okay. That's part of life, and you should be doing that. But remember, that isn't the same thing as repressing your emotions at times when you need to do that. All right, so be sure to subscribe, like, and leave me a comment below. This is kind of a complicated issue, and I really would like to read what you're thinking about this one. And if you know someone else who might like this, go ahead and share it with them. That would be awesome. So until next time, thanks for watching.